Hey guys, welcome back to another reading session of Die With Me Kid by Khalil. And last week we started off on page 122, as you can see. And basically what happened was Greg and his family decided they needed some air, so they went to the beach, but there was a couple there. So they shared their shade with the couple because they felt bad for them. And now, let's get to the reading. Okay. Eventually, Mom and Manny came back, and Manny ran off to collect seashells. Mom broke out the sunscreen and started putting it on me and Roderick. I was glad Dad wasn't there because he always gets mad when Mom does things for us that he thinks we should be able to do for ourselves. I actually think this is all a part of Mom's plan to figure out she doesn't want us to become too independent, because then we won't need her later on. I do think it would backfire on Mom, though. Because if things kept going the way they're going now, there's a good chance me and Roderick will go off to college and not even know how to clip our own toenails. This is one of the ways animals are different from people. In school, I learned that once a bear cub is about a year and a half old, its mother sends it out into the wild to take care of itself. But human beings live with their parents for 18 years before they're ready to go off into the world. If I'm ever a parent, I'm going to be like the bears. First of all, I'm not going to spend a lot of time teaching my kids useful information like the ABCs and colors and shapes. The second my kid is old enough to cross the street safely and place an order at a fast food restaurant, he's going to be out of the house. After Mom lathered Roger up, she told him he should go to the teen zone and try to connect with some kids his age. I didn't think Roger would be interested, but he went to check it out. That got Mom all excited, and she said I should hang out with the tweens who were on the beach doing a scavenger hunt. But it was pretty obvious to me that the scavenger hunt was really just a beach cleanup in disguise, and I didn't want any part in that. When Roger left, I was glad because that meant more room in the cabana for me. But a minute later, Dad showed up looking pale. I thought he might still be dealing with stomach issues, but it wasn't that. He said when he went to use the toilet in our room, there was a giant spider underneath the seat, so I guess we didn't get rid of it after all. I asked Dad what happened next, and he said he whacked the spider with the bathrobe that was on the floor, so there goes any chance I'm gonna wear that thing again. I asked him if he killed the spider, and he said he wasn't sure. He said the spider vanished after he hit it. Well, that story pretty much guaranteed that I wouldn't be using our bathroom again, either. Luckily, there was an outdoor shower by the pool. Dad seemed really pretty shaken up by what happened with the spider, and Mom said he should lie down and take a few deep breaths. That's when Manny came back with his beach pet, and he showed Mom what he had collected. I think Mom was expecting there to be a bunch of seashells in the bucket, but it was filled to the brim with hermit crabs, snails, and all sort of other living things. And now these creatures were crawling all over our mattress. Mom scooped up the critters into the bucket and told Manny he couldn't keep these things as pets, but he didn't seem to understand. Then she took the bucket down to the water to let them go. Mom needed a way to distract Manny, so she took him down to the activity hut to see what kind of stuff they had for little kids. I wanted to do more than just lie around in a cabana all day, so I just tagged along with Mom. The one activity I really had my heart set on was swimming with dolphins. And the main reason I wanted to do that was so I'd have something to rub in Riley's face when I got back home. But the guy at the activities hut said that swimming with dolphins was really popular, and it was totally booked. Mom asked if we could sign up for the next day, but the guy told her it was sold out for the whole week. That wasn't the worst part either. All the really fun stuff like jet skiing and parasailing was only available on the wild side. And all the lame activities were on the mild side. Mild side activities: dolphin swim, windsurfing, paddle boat boarding, turtle hatching, bird watching, snorkeling, nature walk, banana boat. But mom didn't seem bothered. She signed up for two activities, the banana boat and turtle hatching. Mom was especially excited about the banana boat. She said we could use the picture as our family Christmas card and send it out to everyone when we got back home. It seemed like a pretty cool idea to me, but I guess nothing could be as bad as the Christmas card rally families sent this year. Ho ho ho, hope your family has a Merry Christmas. Mom told me I need to go get Roger, so I used the map to find my way to the teen zone. But I probably could have found it without a map. Some of the teams were playing volleyball in the pool, and Roger was one of them. But the game was paused because one of the girls got her lip ring stuck in the net, and Roger was helping her get untangled. I told Roger we needed to go, but he didn't seem to be in any hurry to leave. I finally got him to come with me, but I probably had to drag him away from his volleyball game. We met everyone else down by the water, where they were getting fitted for life jackets. Mom gave her camera to the guy who was helping them and asked him to snap a picture when we passed by. We got in the water and climbed aboard the banana boat, which was attached to a speedboat by a rope. We gave the driver the thumbs up signal and we took off. Once we left the shallow water, we started to pick up speed. The water was kind of choppy, so it was hard holding on. Then we hit a big wave and all three of us went flying off. The driver had to circle around so we could get back on. When we got moving again, we went through the area where they had a water trampoline and kids started using our banana boat as a target. Then one stupid kid landed smack in the middle of our boat and punctured it. The banana boat was losing air fast, and the driver had to tow us back to shore. The guy that mom gave her camera to took a picture, but I kind of doubt we're going to use it for our Christmas card. After we dried off, mom said we should get some lunch, but the couple from the plane had already taken our cabana and eating outdoor again. Didn't seem like a good idea anyway. I realized we hadn't eaten a real meal for 2 days, and I didn't want to eat anywhere that I had to worry about animals taking my food. Dad said we should go to the golf clubhouse because it was the only indoor restaurant on the resort. Everyone seems to like that idea, so that's where we went. But when we got to the clubhouse, the manager said they couldn't serve us. He said the clubhouse had a dress code and that guys had to wear collared shirts and women had to wear dresses. Dad told the manager we didn't have those things, and the manager said that we could purchase them at the gift shop. But Dad said collared shirts cost $50 each, and there was no way he was going to buy 4 of them just so we could have lunch. So we had to find another place to eat. Roger wanted to just have some hot dogs in a teen zone, but Mom said she wanted to eat lunch as a family. I was pretty sure they served burgers and fries at the swim up bar at the pool, so we went there to check it out. But I had second thoughts about eating at the pool once we ordered. It was like having a meal in a bathtub with a bunch of people you don't know. And it wasn't just people either. There was actually a monkey sitting at the other end of the bar. Dad asked the bartender about the monkey, and she told us the whole sad story. She said this monkey used to live in a big tree in a resort with a bunch of other monkeys, and he was kind of like their leader. But then this younger monkey came along and kicked him out. The monkey didn't have any place to go, so one day he came to the bar and people started buying him drinks, and he's been coming back every day since. I really didn't know what to think after hearing a story like that. All I know for sure was that I didn't feel great about eating lunch while sitting in a monkey water. There was some sort of big sport game on the TV and everyone at the bar seemed really into it, but somehow Manny ended up with the remote control and he changed the channel to a show for little kids. Everyone wanted Manny to change the channel back, but when Manny wants to watch one of his shows, trust me, there's nothing anyone can do about it. The people at the bar were ready to riot, so Mom scooped Manny up and we got out of there before I even finished my burger. Roger went back to the singing zone and Mom and Dad took Manny to the suite so he could take a nap. I really didn't want to go back to the room and risk running into that spider again, so I decided to spend the rest of the afternoon in the arcade. I had to make the coins I collected in the treasure dive last 2.5 hours, but there were some kids in the arcade who could have lasted for days in there without spending all of their money. When it started to get dark, I figured I should head back to the room, but I ran to Mom and Dad and Manny on the footway path halfway between the arcade and our building. Mom said we were all going to go down to a bonfire on the beach, and after that we were going to watch the turtle hatching. But first we needed to find Roderick. This time, we all went into the teen zone to look for him. By now, it was pretty dark, though, so it wasn't easy to spot him. But when we did, I don't think he was too thrilled to see us. On the way to the beach, Mom told Roderick this was a family vacation, and it wasn't time or place for teenage romance. Roderick said this thing with the girl was serious and they planned to spend as much time as they could together. I was kind of surprised because I thought Roderick would be turned off by the whole idea of romance after spending a few days at the resort. Who knows? Maybe one day he'll back to this place with his family. We got down to the beach where a bunch of families had gathered around a bonfire, but the experience wasn't fun because of the bugs. At first, it was the gnats which flew in our eyes and mouths. Then it was the sand fleas, which bit our ankles, and then it was the mosquitoes, which were the size of hummingbirds. Whoever came up with the idea of calling this place Paradise must have had a good sense of humor. Back home, human beings are at the top of the food chain, but at Isla de Corrales, everything eats people. I was definitely ready to go back to the room because at least there I only had to deal with one bug. But then the nature guy came through and said anyone who signed up to see the turtle hatching needed to follow her to the dunes. The nature guy explained that we were about to see. She said that a mother turtle digs a hole in the sand dunes and then lays eggs in it. And a few months later, the eggs hatch. Then the baby turtles head to the ocean. She showed us a little pile of white eggs buried in the dunes and said there were lots of piles just like this one. She said the problem was that we don't know exactly when the eggs will hatch. It was dark out and I was afraid I was going to accidentally step on the edge. So I took a few steps back to get out of the way, and when I did, something crunched under my foot. Luckily, it was just a seashell, but still, my stomach was in knots. I'm not a fan of reptiles in general, but I decided I would make an exception for turtles. Let's face it, the only reason we were out there to watch the baby turtles hatch because they were cute. Trust me, if this was snake hatching, it would be a totally different situation. Just when I was getting ready to tell Mom we should give up and go back to our room, the eggs started hatching one by one. Everybody got really excited, but the nature guide told us to stay quiet and get out of the way. She said the turtles find their way to the ocean by seeing the moonlight reflecting on the water. But everyone ignored the nature guide and turned on their cell phones, and the camera light made the turtles go every which way. Mom was really enthusiastic, but she said we were witnessing the miracle of life. She asked where Roderick was, but no one knew. Dad said the last time he saw Roderick, he was in the tall grass in the dunes. Okay, guys, this will conclude it for the day, and I thank you for sitting here and listening with me, and I appreciate your support. And bye bye. Have a good day.